Weaver, chill.
Hey guys, Bowie here, and this is how pro smurf featuring a position 4 Senki. Again, we have a rank 100 player, and the game starts with that player telling his team to get back, since there are 3 or maybe 4 enemy heroes there. Making use of the huge confusion that the dire heroes are causing, he makes use of his smoke to maybe snap out a courier, since their mid will get a bounty and maybe even kills. He puts an observer ward, and since Tinker got to block his crypts, the lane is ever so slightly pushed, and Skyref is in the low ground. Pay attention how that allows Sand King to get closer, and in that player's opinion, this was a sure kill if Tinker had a brain. He doesn't really harass the Skyref at all. He quotes, "If you're past your high ground in the mid lane, in my games, you're susceptible to ganks and more often than not deaths." It's also worth noting that since Sky had no vision, he can attack once before stunning, and while they don't get the kill, they bait a Pudge TP that accomplishes nothing for Dire, and also lets Bristle farm with safety in the top lane. Later on into the game, he spots Sven, very weak in terms of HP, but Bristle is also quite deep in the lane. Both Radiant and Dire spot kill potential there. He gets level 2 as the fight starts, and the only reason they don't get the Sven kill is that he got greedy trying to stun both Pudge and Sven here. Well, he doesn't kill Sven, what he accomplishes is probably even better, because if he died, he would start farming the next wave right away after TPing. One thing to note here is that this is the second time the Sand King is luring the enemy support around, and not the opposite. He is the one making plays, while all Dire can do is react, and they never really take anything worth mentioning. Because of that play, Sand King knows where both supports are, and he is able to grab bounties on top of that, granting him almost level 3 in 4 minutes. But note that he never leech experience from his safe laner, so even though Lion is level 3, he is doing that at the cost of his Sven. Sand King eventually goes back to base after Tinker didn't respond to this smoke gank, and he decides to go top again. He is a safe lane player and knows that Sven, out of all the cores in the enemy team, is the weakest laner of them all. He is also one of the heroes that suffer the most from having levels leeched. I'm actually baffled. The script he wrote says that at 550 he spots their ward because he gets initiated, but that goes to show that he did not watch one of my latest videos. In one of the relatively recent patches, Ice Frog nerfed creep vision, which means that at night they should never aggro like this. So if at nighttime creeps aggro like this, you can be damn sure there's a ward or vision from an invis hero around. But I digress. Sand King gives the call for them to go on Sven since he's quite away from his tower, and pay attention how the Divine player approaches this. Dire has 2 AoE stuns, so instead of attacking, he stuns and goes to the fog immediately. Since Sand King was not stunned and Burrow Strike has such a small cooldown, he's able to secure the kill on Pudge. While if he just attacked, Bristle and him would get stunned anyways, taking unnecessary damage and maybe not even getting a kill. Even though he knows about the Dire ward, Radiant has the numbers advantage after the kill. It might look like it was bad for Radiant since Sven lives and CM dies, but all of this is creating a ton of impact. For instance, Lifestealer didn't even saw a support the entire game. Sven is not farming during all of this. Their mid had to TP and gets 1 support kill. And this is the job of a position 4 hero, creating impact, distracting enemies, making them waste time and thus farm less. And naturally, your team will have more farm in comparison. Pay attention how Sand King buys himself Trankles, and with the clarity and Trankles dropping, he's able to keep the pressure up without using shrines or going back to base. It's worth noting that he has Windlace on top of Tranquil Boots. Burrow Strike is Sand King's best ability by far, and so many people underestimate this ability. A lot of people feel like this hero needs Blink so he can ult and be happy, but with sheer move speed, you can get a lot done. For instance, Sand King died, and when he respawns, you can see that Bristleback falls as Burrow Strike lands Lion. If the Sand King had, let's say, Brown Boots and he was trying to rush Blink Dagger, I don't know, or even if he had Arcanes instead of Tranquils and Windlace, Lion would probably be able to run away, but thanks to the 405 move speed, he gets a freebie and gets the lane for himself for a while. According to this player, one of the big position 4 and 5 mistakes is abusing the courier way too much. Courier priority should be cores first and supports later. Having your ward is never as important as your mid finishing a Veil, a Tread, getting a salve. When he's finally able to use the courier at around the 9 minutes and a half timing, it's actually quite fortunate since his room time and courier come at the same time, and he's able to lose less time going for this rotation. According to him, since he's not a support player, he ends up messing up the ward here. He just wanted to sentry and he messes up. You never want to de-ward and observe ward and ward the same location because any enemy will be able to spot your ward, but since they have the numbers advantage still, the ward stays up for quite some time anyways. The next scene is a little bit weird. but it's so worthwhile, since he's actually pressuring people Pango TPs that are literally 5 heroes in that lane, while Tinker and Lifestealer can farm uncontested. And this was the story of this game. A lot of players playing Sand King could maybe feel like their job is to get a fast blink dagger, so they just start farming jungle, and they just jungle overall. And maybe in a game you die 3 times early and you don't feel like you can put pressure in any lanes, that could be a thing, but not this case. He never leached 1 experience point from his safe lane. He didn't jungle, and he just tried to create as much space as possible without dying. He actually dies, and that's still insanely worth it for Radiant. Tinker has travel, so he's able to get Pango in the end, and he can farm the entire map, while Skyref was unable to win the lane hard enough to delay Tinker's travel. And honestly, if you're playing Skyref and you don't win your lane hard enough, it's gonna be a very hard game for you. And a lot of it goes to the first rotation Sand King forced. Skyref was not there pressuring Tinker at all. Even at the beginning, right? At level 1, Sand King just forced Skyref to buy a salve right at the beginning. Anyways guys, this is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe. Remember, I'm making a lot of different videos, and if you don't like, it's very hard for me to know whether you want me to keep making these videos or not, you know? If you have any problems with the series, or if you have any additional commentary, please comment down below. I'm streaming every single day, and I didn't really comment about how my stream works. So basically, you guys have the ability to vote which lane and which hero I'm playing. You just have to type on Twitch chat whatever you want to see. I feel like it's very entertaining, and at the same time can teach you a lot about matchups, because a lot of the times people just pick me bad matchups, and even if I lose, you can still learn a lot from watching. As of always, this video is sponsored by Pvgna. I'm not uploading a lot of videos this month because I am pretty much focusing on streaming. If you don't know, I am giving away an Arcana and some coaching sessions at the end of the month. To participate, you basically need to watch my stream. You're gonna get crisps, and with those crisps, you can buy raffle tickets at the end of the month and try to get them for yourself. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually get 1 month of Pvgna for free, and every video that gets posted on Tuesdays and Thursdays will have an extended version on Pvgna. So make sure to check them out. I mean, it's a lot of free content, and hopefully you can make use of it.